came here for love. Ay, no one can hold me down. I won't give it up. No. I want you to reach out. All of the women want the men to reach out. These men is playing. They acting like it's the Bachelor. They acting like it's the Bachelor. But baby, when we get some real bombshells on that villa, game over. These boys is acting like it's the Bachelor. Anyway, y'all, how are we doing? Let's get into it. Good night. Let me tell y'all something. Shout out to everybody who watches me on the East Coast, because the appreciation that I have for y'all for hopping up on YouTube to spend time with me after this show. My God, today, because I'll be doing these reviews on the East Coast. It's 7:30 for me. I'm still up and about. It's bedtime for me over here. Oh, girl, when I get done with y'all, I just got out of bed. When I get done with y'all, shout out to you all joining me after 10. My God, today. Speaking of this, do we know why Peacock made this game show at 9 p.m. on a streaming service? What was the reason? A good 8 p.m. wasn't working for y'all? What is the reason? Anyway, my loves, how are y'all? OMG. Hey, B-Nickel. B-Nickel said, Nikki, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Oh, we do. Oh, they're feeding us. Because it's like I got an early morning and I was just like, I can't be going here talking with them for like 2 hours like we normally do. Baby, this might be a 2-hour night. This might be a 2-hour night because we're starting to see some cracks for me, thanks to Ace. Is that Kimmy said, OMG, I'm so ready for this live. Ace has me so annoyed. But aren't you happy? Because karma don't sleep. Karma don't sleep. Hey, Sarah. Sarah said, hey, Nikki, Alondria is so smart the way she sees through Jeremiah. Also, I don't see it for Taylor and Alondria. Neither. That kiss was so mad and him questioning his attraction for her. The nerve. But guys, Taylor's ex, I was gagged. I was like, you were with Taylor? It sure is. Game over for him. B. Nichols said, Austin actually clocked Ace tonight and I kind of liked it. We're in enemy territory. Shelly is not going to chase you, Ace, at all. Jimmy Speaks. Oh, what's going on? There it is. Jimmy Speaks said Ace is not tall enough to be. Do y'all think it's because he's light? Because I can't believe this attitude he has. I've never seen this kind of attitude. You know what? He's black. Yeah, that's normal. I was gonna say I've never seen this attitude on a 5'2" man, but Ace is black. I keep on telling you, black men, I don't care what they look like or what situation that they're in, they always think that they're a prize. Every woman, man, has been hit on by a homeless black man. The amount of homeless black men that have refused $1 in order to get a date, crazy work. But they do not care. They're homeless. They're out on the street, ashy butt out. They laying down, filthy, smelling like piss and feces. They still think they got a shot with you. The black machismo needs to be studied. It's very scary. He's black. That's the only reason why he has that confidence. He's black. KG said, "Hey, Nikki and Star fam, I really enjoyed this Love Island community." Me too. I was just talking to my sister about this Love Island community. Like, you guys are so fun. I hope everyone's week is off to a good start, excluding Ace, period. E for Empathy said, "I have so many emotions about tonight." Me too. Me too. They took us on a roller coaster. Good for them. E for Empathy said, "Hey, Nikki, I'm sorry. I'm shook." Me too. KG said, "Alondria, really the MVP of tonight's episode." She really is. She really is. This season is about her and Shelly, and I love that. I love that. Imani said, "Hey, Nikki, Ace and Taylor, I just want to talk." Here's the thing. These boys, they're going to look back at the season and feel so stupid because this show put them with like the most popular girls in the villa, and they're blowing it. They're blowing it. These two women would have taken them straight to the end. They can't see. They cannot see. Ibrahim said, "I was about to say I liked Amaya until I saw the preview." Me too. Me too. Shelly did nothing wrong. Am I tripping? She's jealous because Amaya knows that Ace is still occupying a space for Shelly. She knows that. And she's pissed off. Rightfully so, but she needs to keep that energy with Ace. Shelly did nothing wrong. Imani said, "They got me hyped hot tonight." Me too. Sarah said, "Huda is so insecure because why would she ask Jeremiah if he's closed off?" Then got kind of annoyed when he said, "Not really." Because I think this is Huda's first time actually listening to Jeremiah and watching his body language. I think before this, she was just so clueless, but now she's starting to clock him. Ace, E for Empathy said, "Ace is driving Shelly into the arms of Maggie Austin is killing me." Same. E for Empathy said she almost said she loved him too at Sarah. They're killing the vibe of the show. I think they're building a great vibe for the show because, guys, this relationship was built to implode. And when it does, we are going to be eating for days, weeks even, when this falls apart. I just need Jeremiah to lock in and get us the Casa Amor. Badly. We need them bad. Glow said, "Ace is doing a lot right now. He can go next." He sure can. Janelle said, "Hey, Nikki, Amaya is a little unhinged, but Ace is a gaslighter." Absolutely. Also, did you peep when Austin said the parents were going to Jeremiah and Huda, and Jeremiah's face was like, "Yep, he's sick of it." He said, "I came here for love." That has to be the theme song. I don't hear nothing else. I don't know who the people are that sang that song. I'm just imagining them being like some bejork looking Swedes who like went in the studio and made history. But that needs to be the theme song for the show. No one can hold me down. B. Nickel said, "Ace out here exploring more than Dora." Shelly ate with that line. Jimmy said, "The only way I can give Ace a pass is if producers pressured him to pick Amaya. But even then, he could have talked to her more respectfully." Absolutely. Absolutely. Just Jonathan said, "Tiana Taylor was just shut down the BET Awards. Missy Elliott would be proud." All right, guys, y'all know I would have been there tonight. Y'all know I would have been there tonight. I'm not complaining because, you know, your girl's working, but I absolutely would have been there tonight. My mom and my sister are there giving me the play-by-play of everything. And I'm like, okay, thanks, guys. Have fun. Yasmin said, "I totally agree with Austin after he saw Shelly and Ace." Me too. What's happening? Obviously, me said, "I'm feeling Austin and even Charlie for Shelly more than Ace." And that says a lot. What is this timeline that we're living in? I have no idea. I was like watching this and I was like, yes, Austin. And then I caught myself like, what the heck? Get him out of here. Eva Ripley said he came off very judgmental, and I understand why she was taken aback because I was. Um, I look like Dylan in the Chappelle show, just confused. A sugar cookie. Man, that's crazy. Yasmin said, why did Huda start asking Jeremiah if their clothes up at the table with everybody? I have no idea, but I love her chaotic mind. Guys, I'm telling you, if you have not seen Love Island UK season 5, please go back and watch it. First of all, it's amazing. Second of all, I need you to look at Jordan and Anna's relationship. It is absolutely identical to Huda and Jeremiah's relationship. And I think we're going to have the same outcome. And what happened after when that relationship imploded, for me, set the tone for Love Island UK. It made that show monumental. Sarah says, somebody said since Bella Dash left, Ace decided to become the nun of the show, which is so weird. Because what was that switch up? It was very weird. Very, very, very weird. Smitty said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, Ace is diabolical. Jeremiah knows he don't want Huda, and Taylor is starting to grow on me. Taylor? He's grown off of me. Plus, not the girl he's fighting in the preview. Amaya, you're next, honey. Nobody messes with Shelly. He was doing too much. He was doing extremely too much. Hey, Chocolate Suna. Chocolate Suna said, I was the wrong messenger. It was the wrong messenger. If Shelly talked to him and called him babe, he had been fine. Absolutely. B. Nick said, Huda already talking about Jeremiah moving in with her and her daughter after the show. This is going to end bad, y'all. It absolutely is going to end bad. I'm telling you, she is the perfect candidate for Love at the Lockup. Obviously, me said, why didn't Ace chat about boundaries before coupling? Because he didn't have the boundaries until he got with Amaya. He's all over the place. He's all over the place. Before, I really thought this boy was playing a good game, and I just realized he's just a producer plant. He don't know what he's doing. Imani said, the men are sucking bad. We need bombshells stat. Here's the thing. I feel like if they're holding the bombshells like this, they better be some monumental bombshells. They have to be. They have to be. Imani said, I don't like that Amaya and Shelly were arguing. See what the you see what this little short gremlin did? Ciao. Just Jonda said, I kept warning folks about Ace from Jump. Just Jonda, I'm gonna give you your flowers. You absolutely did. I get that it's a game with money at the end, but there is still the other element. He is fully an annoying little boy. I agree. He's so sensitive. I was like, what is this? He absolutely overplayed his hand. It's weird. Just Jonda said, clearly being stuck in the house with no options and making Shelly lose her mind because Austin ain't it. I think she's just really happy that he, Austin is showing that he's interested. He is showing that he's interested. Obviously, me said Austin's crash out was violent. I can't believe we're here. I agree. Hell, he had Charlie backing him up, and Charlie was like trying to hold him back. I said, what's going on? Not the Klan member fighting over Shelly. What in the Thomas Jefferson is happening? Yasmin said, I saw Ace as a class clown, but he is giving ick. Yeah, clearly he does not know what he looks like on this show. Hey, Naya. Naya said, literally waited for this. Thank you for being here. Hey, Brittany. Brittany said, y'all don't hate me. I actually like me too. Harriet Tubman, I'm so sorry. Natalie said, Ace only picked Amaya because he wanted Shelly to chase him so bad. What the F was this behavior towards Amaya? It was weird because immediately after you pick her, you act like you don't like her. What's going on? Alana said, hey, y'all, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share so we can really get into the ace of it all. Yes, people, please make sure you like the video. I just asked you to do that because it helps me in the YouTube algorithm, and YouTube, if they see that a lot of people like my video, they'll recommend it to more people, and we can continue to grow our star family. Brown Girl 44 said, Ace never liked Amaya. I don't get what he was trying to do. Everything she does gets on his nerves, like immediately, guys. As soon as it was over, he was just annoyed with her. What is going on? Blue Jay said my YouTube app glitched a little bit this morning. I thought you were live at 6 a.m. Oh, child. That will never happen. Thank you for being here, Blue Jay. He's moving. Hold on. Why is this? Chillax. He's moving so weird. He's moving so weird. I'm trying to get more. Keisha Cole, restock these, please. Thank you. Thank you for liking the video. Spency said Nikki's face card. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Tell Keisha Cole to restock. Girl, I love me a little hotel living. It gets annoying after a while because I want to be here for a while. So right now I'm having a good time, but then I eventually I'm going to get homesick. Eventually it's going to happen. I think the ladies are just being very kind and being rational. The men are making very, very, very weird decisions. Kanali, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Hey, Justamina. Thank you for being here. Please like the video, guys. Thank you. This will be the look tomorrow night because I have another early morning. It really is. It really is. These men have been poisoned by these red pill YouTubers and Twitchers and podcasters who are literally just saying anything to go viral, and they're eating it up as reality, and it is just not working for them. And we could see it so much on this show. This is why I like Love Island, right? The show was messy, it's fun or whatever, but I really like it because I think that it is such an accurate representation of men and, well, young men and young women, just young men and young women where they're at in real time, right? And you can see on this show, it is such a clear divide with the men and the women. Like the men are just so regressed, and the women are like sitting here perfect, waiting for the guys to get it together, but these men are somewhere else. And it's so sad because this is the reality of what it's like to date right now within this generation. And it's so sad. It's such a clear divide. Ace has Shelly at his fingertips, and he's playing with that. I feel like the only guy who kind of gets it, and he's still making very poor decisions, but he's doing a lot better in this, is Nick. And I think, to be honest, I think what is helping Nick is the fact that he's educated. Education is paramount. And we are having this like within every within every culture within this generation. The women are just so much more educated than the men. It's like they are so out of their league, not just in maturity, but in education. Like they're not on the same level. And so it's really hard. That's why Nick could not make it work with Bella. Because that conversation that they had right before recoupling, he was just like, we can't do this. We can't do this. He absolutely hated having to converse with her. Girl, I was sitting pretty in LA at 7 p.m. Now I'm like, oh, I gotta get to bed. I had to. I would not have been this lively. Cindy, you love from Florida. I love these bedtime lives. Oh, thank you for being here, Adriana. Nasby said, I need Nikki as a head producer and contestant coach on these shows to keep the girlies in line and give us a show. Amen. From your lips to Bravo's ears, NBC's ears. Hey, Yasmin, thank you for being here. I'm going to get my super chats, and then I want to get a couple more comments, and then I'm going to start the live, and then we can hop back into the chat. Obviously, me, thank you for the super chat. Hold on, where's she at? There she is. Thank you, obviously me. Obviously me said, I need that light-skinned, wavy-headed gnome out of my villa stat. Thank you, obviously me. Hey, I Heart Lex. Thank you so much for being here. I Heart Lex said, don't hate me, but Austin is going up on my list. Same. God help us. God help us. Thank you. It's Heart Lex. Thank you so much. I'm going to get two older, then two current, and we'll get started. Hey, Julia. Julia said, Amaya almost got my stand card, but I ride with Shelly till the wheels fall off. So I'm just pissed. Yeah, she was doing good. She was doing good. And then she went after the wrong one. Jasmine said, in Huda's defense, Jeremiah is leading her on. Absolutely agree. That's why it's going to implode. It's going to implode. And the way she is running the girls right now, oh, it's going to be messy. He's talking about life outside the villa and living with her, which means being involved in his child's life. Of course, she thinks they should close off. Absolutely, because we also have to realize as viewers, we're watching Jeremiah's conversations with Huda, and then we're watching his conversations with the men. If you listen to his conversation with the men and then his conversation with Huda, they're in two totally different relationships. Two totally different relationships. So we are privy to information. She is not. That man is absolutely leading her on. She's doing the most, but he's also playing into it. Nello said, when Alondria offered to cut up his food, I cringed a bit. She's trying. She's trying to show this man how interested in him she is, because she's been saying it like he's been saying it, but now she's putting effort behind it. Taylor is doing nothing. Zora said, did anyone hear Amaya's voice change when she got pissed? So let's start there. I'm going to hop back into the chat, but now let's start this live because I absolutely wanted to start off talking about Miss Amaya, child. Let's get into it. So I was on the TIK TOK, and because I've been looking at like a lot of Love Island content, I just get it thrown into my feed. And out of nowhere, I saw this video of this girl, and I was just like, who could she look familiar? And then I was just like, this is Amaya? Guys, so the Amaya that we're meeting on Love Island is not the real Amaya. She comes out a bit, but we're seeing work. This is work Amaya. This is Amaya at work. We ain't met the real Amaya, and I feel like we're going to meet her next episode. But here is the video that I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Stop hitting me up, telling me to pull up or to link up. First of all, say hello. You don't even know my middle name, and you're going to hit me up saying, let's link up. Sir, who is you? All right? And second of all, a first date is not to your crib. I don't want to go to your crib. I don't know who you are. If I wanted to watch Netflix and order fucking Domino Pizza, I could have done that on my own time. All right? Third of all, who's pulling up where? You want me to pay an Uber to go to your crib when I don't even know who you are or how your crib looks? You probably got a fucking air mattress on the floor sleeping every single day. Are you crazy? Have some manners, okay? Grow up, be a man. Learn how to be a man. You don't know how to be a man? Search it up on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube nowadays. Stop doing that. New York man, you gotta stop the
Girl, I said, oh, okay, this makes sense. We have met Amaya at work. We have not met the real Amaya, but I think this Amaya, we are going to see her next week when she tries to get into it with Shelly. But Mother has been holding back, and I get it. She's new here, right? She's new. She's not going to show you all of her cards, but I think that Amaya is going to come out a bit more as this process gets more frustrating for us. I said, oh, not the Puerto Rican princess. I know that's right. Oh, speaking of Puerto Ricans, how was the Puerto Rican Day Parade to anybody who went? I was recently in New York, and I tried to stay to go to the parade, but I just couldn't. I would have missed what I needed to be here to do. So I missed it. But shout out to the Puerto Ricans, the Boricuas. Happy Puerto Rican Day Parade. But I saw that and I was just like, oh, okay. I will say I'm starting to see more content from the Love Island contestants, and everybody except I haven't seen anything from Alondria's social media. I haven't seen anything like different, but everybody except for Shelly is a completely different person in her social media. Completely different person. Now listen, before we get into it, I'm gonna give him his 10s again. he ate that one little thing, right? So because I feel like he doing Shelly right, we're gonna call him Austin this review. But I got my eye on him. We'll see how he acts throughout the rest of the season. But for right now, he's going to be Austin. But if he slips up, not see Kevin Federline will be his name. But we're going to call him Austin. And I'm going to give him his tens, although it hurts me to do it. And do not be fooled. The enemy is cunning. Stay woke. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So right after our girl Bella was cut, I was sent a video. Oh, did I delete Bella already? Child, I'm quick. No, she's still here. I was sent a video, and they were discussing Bella and her past relationship. Guys, the code has been cracked. The reason why Bella acts the way she acts is because her ex is Black. And I think the ex is her first everything. I think that the ex was the one who was able to get that coochie. I feel like this personality, or the many personalities of Bella, is a result of that Negro dread she was hopping on for a year or so. I would have never suspected that she had a Black boyfriend. And from the looks of it, because I found out about him because his sister came into my feed, and she was talking about her brother, and I'm just like, oh, not only is he a brother. Like, no. She was with a nickel. Real deal. Like, and she talked about Annie. I was just like, oh, this is a Black, an authentic one. So that's where that comes from, because no shade to the swirlers. I'm just talking about the ones in my community. Y'all love a non-Black that cosplays our culture a lot. Like, y'all eat that up. Very weird. Very, very weird. But a lot of y'all eat that up. Not a lot of y'all are able to get like Paul Walls and Tina Marie's. Y'all get the ones that, like, really, it's giving minstrel. It's giving minstrel. So although I was gagged that her man was Black, it kind of makes sense, because I know she said all kinds of offensive things to him, and he ate it up. And it was probably at his request. You know how them Shannon Sharps be. Child, I said, oh, so this is all you know. This is all she knows. And I don't think until this show that she was ever in an environment where it was cringe because of who she was dealing with. Bella, I'm learning so much about you, child. I'm learning so much about Miss Bella. I said, no, you wasn't hopping up on no Negro peen. We are learning so much about Mother Teresa. Anyway, we missed you. We missed you, Bella -A. But I just wanted to give y'all a little update on why our girl acts like that. Everybody thought it was TikTok. It wasn't TikTok. It was a Black man that got us here. They're always at the scene of the crime. They are always at the scene of, I hate to sound like the Klan, but they're always at the scene of the crime. So let's get into Nicholas, who I think is doing a much better job than all the men, but that's not saying much. I will say I need him to chill. Here's why. Sierra really likes him. And I feel like she can see this relationship being successful outside. I'm not saying that Sierra wants to be closed off, but Nicholas at this point is the only guy that she's really, really, really interested in at the villa. And I think he's giving her false hope, because right after the coupling, he was just telling her that he was glad that, Bella was out. And it was like, not in a bad way, but he was just like, it was a struggle, but I'm just glad that she's gone, because now I can give you my 100%. And I'm like, Nicholas, I need you to chill, because the baddest bombshells have not even entered the villa. The baddest bombshells have not even entered the villa. And they still have yet to send your type. The show has yet to send your type. And now that you were talking about focusing on Sierra 100%, Your type is about to enter the villa. You in danger, boy. You in danger. But I do think that Nick is smart enough to know how to play it. But I think he needs to just chill with his words because Sierra is taking everything at face value from him. She's really trusting him. And I don't think that he's done exploring. So if I was him, I would not have said that. Let's get into Huda and Jeremiah. So Huda and Jeremiah was having a discussion right after the recoupling. Huda does this thing, which is so weird because it's not even, I think it's just been a week, but she does this thing where, and don't get me, don't get me defending the straight man. That rarely happens, if never. But Huda really likes to villainize the men prematurely. Like, I'm like, these guys are going to jack up. They're going to get on our nerves, and there is going to be reason to drag them. She's a little early. She's jumping the gun a bit because she was trying to drag Nicholas to Jeremiah, and Jeremiah was just like, I don't think he like did anything that bad. And she was just like, well, I would have never known. I would have never known that he would have, made that decision. Like, I just can't believe that that's where his head is at. I'm really like confused. And Jeremiah was just like, really? No, I don't think that about Nicholas. And she was just like, well, I do. And his face, Jeremiah was like, here is why. Because Jeremiah is not where Huda is at, right? So Huda thinks just because Nicholas was talking to Bella that he's going to be looking for engagement rings right after this process, because that's where Huda's mind is. Huda's just like, well, Nicholas and Bella were spending like just as much time with each other as me and Jeremiah, so they should have been in the same space that we are. No, where you and Jeremiah is at is diabolical. It doesn't make any sense for y'all to be where you're at. Bella and Nicholas was moving at, to be honest with you, a normal pace in like the real world. Bella switched to script up on us, and it was great TV, but like they were moving at a very normal pace. You and Jeremiah, woof, that's too fast, mamas. Slow down. So she's comparing her and Jeremiah's relationship with Nicholas and Bella and thinking they were at the same level as we are, and he like betrayed her. And Jeremiah's just like, no, he did not do anything wrong. And they were not on the same page about that. But as soon as Jeremiah saw how serious she was, he shut that down real quick. But by his face alone, I'm telling you, Jeremiah's words, he lying. Every time Jeremiah breathes, he's lying. But his face and his body tells you what his true thoughts and feelings are. And I don't think Huda watched it until the end of this episode. I think she's finally picking up. I don't know if she's going to be smart about it and like really utilize that information, but I think that's why she asked him if he was going to be closed off. And because now she's starting to watch that his word just not matching his actions. But we will see. We will really see if she actually picked it up. So let's get into Ace. So Ace and Amaya sit down and chat after the recoupling, and he's just like, yeah, I'm really glad that I picked you. And, I picked you because I wanted to give you a chance to explore. Right? What are you doing? Yeah, I just wanted you, I wanted to give you a chance to explore. And I also wanted to let you know that I'm still open. And Amaya is just like, why would you even say that to me? She was confused, as was I, because if you're picking her, your whole speech that you gave and then you picked her, that means that you want to explore a relationship with her. But as soon as you pick her, you sit her down and let her know that you're going to still try to pursue other people. She had every right to be confused and a little pissed off. And her response was, wait, I just had a really good time because somebody who I was, feeling said that they were feeling me. And now you're telling me that you picked because you want me to explore other people and you want to explore others as well. You want to give me a chance to help me and save me. But that wasn't the speech that you gave. So yeah, she has every right to be pissed off. And I like the fact that she did not let him get away with that. I like that she stays on his neck, because to sit down and tell her that you picked her because you were doing a good deed. That wasn't what you said in the speech. And then say, oh, I'm a slow burner. Since when, Ace? When are you a slow burner? Like, this is so, I don't know. That's why I'm like, I thought he was playing the game. He has no game plan. It's so weird. Like, when are you a slow burner? I feel like Ace don't even know what slow burner means. He just learned that statement at the villa, eavesdropping on the ladies' conversations, and now it's he's a slow burner. He don't know what that means. He does not know what that means. And Amaya was like, this could have waited till tomorrow. She was just like, I'm on cloud 9, and now you're giving me player vibes. Ooh. Ooh. Clock it, Amaya. Clock it, Amaya. What I was not expecting, though, with Amaya was that the way she fell apart. She immediately, after our conversation with Ace, she just got so emotional, ran out of there and started looking for Huda. Huda was sitting over there talking to Jeremiah about the doc, and she ran to Huda. And she's like, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you, please? I need to talk to somebody. And Huda was like, what's going on? She's like, I need to talk, I need to talk, I need to talk. So Huda runs out to go comfort Amaya. And she really just bigs her up, and she says, we are the prize. The men are not the prize. She was just giving her this really girl power, encouraging conversation. And I gotta say, it was giving mom vibes. Maybe they are the mom and dad of the villa, because as soon as you have a problem, you run to Huda for some encouragement, and Huda clocked in. Huda, this is the most mature I've ever seen Huda, and that's what I think, guys. I'm telling you, I think she is very stunted socially, because she stopped being a kid and started being a mom. When she's in the mom, she is very mature. I'm agreeing with her. When she's back to being 19-year-old Huda, I'm like, ooh, yikes. But I think that's what's happening to her. And now I'm just like, maybe I gotta take it back, because it is given that you're the mom of the villa. Because as soon as Amaya had an issue with Ace, she ran to Huda, and Huda, stepped into mom mode and was able to build her back up and put her back into a place where she can go out back into the villa and continue to hang. So you know what, Huda? Maybe you are the mom of the villa. Maybe. So after Ace sees how Amaya acts, now he's, starting to regret his decision, right? And I think what Ace thought that he was going to do was to save Amaya, and think because she was so grateful for him saving her, she would still pursue him. And that would show Shelly that Shelly has competition, and Shelly will pursue Ace. This is the thing. Ace wants to be pursued. He doesn't want to pursue anybody. Like a lot of the men on this show, he wants to be pursued. Who gonna be the boy? Anyway, so he wants to be pursued. So he is doing everything to make Shelly feel like she's going to lose him, but none of it is working, because I feel like that was his kind of strategy with Amaya, but it's not working because Shelly doesn't pursue and he can't control Amaya. So his plan quickly fell apart. And you know what? Good. Good. What is breaking my heart is that because Austin has been kind to Shelly, and I gotta give it to him, he's showing effort. She's starting to trying to force herself to be attracted to him. Now she's just like, oh, after what he did, I'm starting to see he's tall, he got tats, I like the way he walked. No, you don't. No, you don't. Where are the damn bombshells? No, you don't. And now I feel like Austin is starting to fall for Shelly. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. But you know what? I do want to say this. Austin and Shelly, very accurate. Very accurate, because a lot of y'all are sleeping with the enemy. A lot of y'all are booed up, in love, married to your biggest hater. So it makes sense, but I hate it. I hate it. I'm like, Shelly, don't convince yourself that he's for you. Please, we need a bombshell. Lord, we need a bombshell. You know who else is messy in the villa? And I'm here for it. Because that performance Alondria gave in the makeup room with the girls, I was so surprised that Nick made the decision that he made because he was up in soul ties kissing Bella down. Oh no, I didn't mean to say that, girl. I like it. Keep going. And the Oscar goes to, yes, Alondria, you're messy, but we like you. Keep going. Oh, oh my God. Girl, you knew what you was doing. Here's the thing with Alondria. Yes, it's a bit messy, but I feel like it's coming from a good place. I feel like her thing is, you know, I'm gonna let my girls know what's going on without staring their decision, but I'm gonna just give them a little bit of what's happening because she did the same thing with Huda. Like, are you sure that you and Jeremy are y'all seeing the same thing? Like, are y'all on the same page? Oh, okay, if you like it, I love it. No, you don't. No, you don't. But you're a little. I'm here for it with her because at least she does it in a way that's enjoyable. Ace is just foolish. He is just foolish. You know what? I feel like everybody's overlooking this, but I feel like there's an actual love story brewing between Hannah and the Conquistador. It's something going on with her and the Conquistador. Now, keep in mind, right? The bombshells have been watching the show. They're all about gameplay and strategy. So these two could just be putting on the show, right? Could just be, this could just be gameplay. But Hannah seems to really be falling for the Conquistador. And so is Charlie. Because now we see Charlie putting in work. Now we see Charlie making breakfast, getting drink. We ain't never seen him do that. Now he's doing that with Hannah, and Hannah's calling her her man. She's like, "Well, I'm sorry, ladies, I can't talk anymore. I gotta go lay up with my man." Your man? It's been 48 hours. But there's something brewing here. Now it could just be gameplay, but listen, go get the money. Go get the money. Hey, do what you got to do. Ain't nobody else concerned about the coin. So do what you have to do. But I didn't see that. I didn't see that happening between the two of them so fast, but they have locked in. I'm not saying they're closed off, but there's something brewing. Taylor admits to Ace, of all people, why would you tell the messiest person in the villa how you really feel about Alondria? She's going to hear about it straight from Ace. Straight from Ace. So anyway, Taylor is talking to Ace, and he's just like, he's just basically said that he's not attracted to Alondria, and he doesn't know how to get there. And Ace is just like, you are going to mess around and lose her. So you better start to show her some kind of effort because Alondria is not going to stick around. And I'll give that to Ace. I agree with him. Taylor needs to do something. Like, here's the thing. Does Taylor realize he's on a TV show? Does Taylor realize he's on a game show? He's not doing anything. There's like no effort for anybody. If you're not feeling Alondria, who are you feeling? Maybe you're just not feeling anybody in the villa, but he doesn't pursue anyone. And I'm like, he must be a big dog where he's from, but baby, you a small fish in a big pond here. You want to put in some work. You are going to have to put in some work. So Ace then has a conversation with Taylor and his messy twin, Alondria, and Ace starts planting seeds of discord about Jeremiah and Huda. And he was like, do you really think that they really like each other like that? Really? What y'all think? And Alondria was just like, oh, well, it looks like that. But see, Alondria is just as slick too, because Alondria been saying that she don't feel that they like where they used to be either. And so her and Ace are going back and forth talking about the validity of Huda and Jeremiah's relationship. And I will say this, I like the messy twins. I will say Ace is not my fave, but his little gossip sessions with Alondria, I'm here for it. They give me work besties. I like a little gossip session with a work bestie. I was here for it, but ever since Ace dropped that tea with Alondria and was like discussing Jeremiah and Huda's relationship, Alondria been clocked in. Alondria been clocked in. Now she's checking to make sure that Huda's is, is she okay in her relationship? She's not seeing more than what she should be seeing. Okay, Ace, I'll give that producer Plant that one little thing. I will give him that. So we have the first date of the season, and it is with Huda and Jeremiah. And let me tell you, this show is so freaking messy in such a good way, because Huda and Jeremiah's first date is at a water park, and the voiceover guy says Huda and Jeremiah are going on a date to the water park to get Jeremiah prepared for his daddy duties. So messy, because they know good and well that boy ain't gonna be nobody's stepdad. Messy boots. And I'm here for it. And I am here for it. Back to Ace. He's going around the villa talking to all the guys and everybody who will listen about how much he regrets picking Amaya. And he regrets picking Amaya because he cannot control her. And you know what, Ace? When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. I love this for you. I love this for you. You needed a life lesson. So go and get your little spanking and do better. I hope you have a chance to be able to do better, because I think Shelly she sees what you're doing and she don't like it. And I think she has clocked out. I really, really do. Because I don't want to see him play with her this entire season, but I don't think he will. I don't think he will, and not because he's a good guy, but I think she's just not going to allow him to do that. I really, really do. So back to Huda and Jeremiah. While they were on their date, Huda, they were just talking about, their future and what they're going to do. And Jeremiah was just like, so where do you see us in the future? Fool, why would you ask that? Why would you ask that? Because he was not prepared for the answer that she gave him. And she was like, well, in the future, I see us moving in together. Again, you have to watch Jeremiah's face and body language, because he does this a lot, especially when he does not agree with Huda. Whoa. He was like, oh, well, we'll see how that goes when we get out there in the real world. He's constantly giving himself an out. Every time she makes a future plan, he's always like, oh, we'll see. He never gives her a definitive answer. It's always, we'll see. And then the thing about it is he's very slick with it, because he says, when we get out there and see how everything works, because she can't say, oh, that's not fair. We already know how it's going to work, because this is a game show. This is a TV show. So it's not really the real world. So he is constantly working on his out in a very smart way, because you can't get mad at him for being like, oh, we'll see what the relationship is going to be like in the real world, because that's valid. But the issue is, it's his out. It's not him, working on this relationship to see what's going to happen out there. He's already seen what's going to happen with this relationship. And what's going to happen is he's dumping her as soon as they get to the airport. If they even make it that far. He's going back to LA, and he's going to be hopping on different reality TV shows and trying to do guest star on TV shows, because just like Ace, he's an actor. This is just a career opportunity for him. He's not trying to be a boyfriend or a stepdad. This is work. This is work for him. And I'm just like, you are really working on a villain arc. You are really working on a villain arc. I hope you are aware of that. Ace and Amaya. My God, today. Every time they sit down with each other, it's an argument. They are like, they'll be cool for like 2 minutes, and then next thing you know, these two are going at it. So they sit down for like a few minutes just to catch up to see where, Ace wants to see where Amaya's head is at, because their last conversation did not go too well. So he's trying to fill her out to see where to see where she's at, and she's trying to see where he's at, because I think Amaya really likes Ace. I don't know what conversation they had that we missed, because we were all gagged when he picked her, but obviously they were spending some time together in the villa for Amaya to really think that her and Ace have some kind of shot, and that these two are really going to work, and become some kind of coupling. So they're sitting down, and Ace is trying to get to know a bit more of Amaya, and she basically just says that, she used to call her last boyfriend babe, and I don't even think she got to finish, because Ace was just like, oh, well, you call me babe, and let's just hold off because we're still exploring and it's still very soon. And he just really got in his feelings, and she was just trying to explain to him that it's just something that she says all the time, and she called him babe again, and he was like, and Amaya was just like, what's going on with you? Like, what's happening? What's happening here? I love how she gets him together. She don't let him play with her. But you know what, Ace? I was really confused that you was like, real annoyed and sensitive with Amaya, because I thought y'all like spicy Latinas. Right? Don't y'all love a spicy Latina? Does this one have too much of a kick to it? Is that the problem? This one, she too spicy. Or do y'all only like the spice in the bedroom? Y'all don't like the spice that really come with the personality. The spice is just a fetish. Yeah, the spice is just a fetish, because the spice is only talking about sexually. When that spice is actually a day-to-day opinion, now you got a problem. When that spice comes with respect, now it's an issue. Okay, we see what's happening here. So after Ace and Amaya get into it again, guys, these two sit down for a second, and next thing you know, they beefing. They are just not compatible at all. So Ace runs to Nick, who is, the wisdom of the group at this point, and he's like venting to him about like Amaya, and he's like, it wasn't even really like that. I just told her that I still want to explore. And Nick is like, well, that makes sense. And then Nick is just like, yo, you need to just try to go back and get Shelly, because that's who you really like. And see, here's the thing. We're also not privy to a lot of information, but it seems like everybody in the villa knows that Ace and Shelly like each other. Everybody knows this, and nobody understands how these two have just not gotten together, because it seems like there have been conversations, and it is a known fact that these two are really into each other. So after the conversation with Nick encouraging him to get Shelly, because Nick saying that was just not out of the blue. Obviously, Ace has talked a lot about Shelly. So after the conversation with Nick, Ace goes and runs to get Shelly. Austin, who's hanging up in the bleachers with Charlie, sees the whole thing, and he gets pissed, right? I can't believe I'm here. I'm here. Austin is watching Ace go get Shelly, and he's just like, I'm sick of this. Like, you had your chance. Like, if you wanted her, you would have picked her, but you didn't do it. And I'm sick of being in this love triangle. Like, do you want her or not? Because now he was with Amaya. Now all of a sudden he's running back to go and talk to Shelly. And I'm sick of it. I agree with Austin. And the crazy part about it is he knows Shelly's worth. Ugh. Oh, child, a broken clock is right once a day. He knows Shelly's worth. And he's just like, Ace wants Shelly to pursue him. It's not going to happen because Shelly is not a pursuer. She doesn't need to. He knows this girl's worth. Oh, my God. The enemy knows your worth. Say it again. The enemy knows you. They know who you are. My God, today, they just bank on you not knowing who you are. But anyway, he's just like, I'm tired of this. He had an opportunity to pick her and he did not pick her. Now that me and her are trying to work something out, here he comes messing up what I got going on, because Austin don't seem like he wants to like explore. Like, I think he's saying that to Shelly because he knows that Shelly is not really attracted to him and it's going to take her a minute to get there. But I think he's really locked in on Shelly, and he does not like Ace coming into the situation and complicating what he has going on. And he was really upset about it to the point where Charlie, although Charlie agreed with him, and that's why I'm just like, they know they are talking in this villa about Ace and Shelly, but Charlie had to hold him back. He was like, I get it, mate. I get it. Hold on. Like, chillax. But he was pissed off. He was like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to be in this triangle. If you wanted her, you would have picked her. You had an opportunity and you didn't. So why you messing up what I got going on? And I agree. I agree with Austin. I cannot believe I'm here. They better bring in the bombshells. They better bring in the bombshells because I agree. I agree. So Ace and Shelly, where's she at? Where's my Shelly pick? There go my girl, the Haitian princess. So Ace and Shelly sit down and they're having their little conversation, and Ace is trying to do his thing. Shelly, yeah, what's going on with you? Weird, so weird. So he's trying to like entice her or whatever, and Shelly is chill. Shelly is chill. She's just like, oh, okay. He was like, how you feel about me not picking you? She's like, yeah, I kind of figured it. You know, she's cool. She's cool. She's like, I kind of figured it out. I knew that you were still going to explore. And Ace is just like, oh, you ain't feel no way. She's like, no, I didn't feel no way. Yeah. So Ace is picking up that she's getting a little out of hand, and so I get a little far away from him. And so he's like, so what you want me to do? She was just like, listen, if you like me, then you have to like, you got to let me know. You got to let me know what's going on, because this, I don't know what you're doing. He's just like, yeah, well, I see you. She's like, okay, you see me. She's done. Bring on the bombshells, please. Please bring on the bombshells before Rumpelstiltskin wears her down. Please. He's overplaying his hand. He is overplaying his hand. Him and Taylor need to put in work. Speaking of Taylor, so our girl Alondria walks over to him looking delicious. He can't even see it. Looking delicious. She walks over to him, and she's talking like, I need you to pursue me. Like, I need you to let me know that you're interested, because I tell you, she's making him breakfast. She's doing all of these things for him. And he's like, oh, well, thank you so much for making me breakfast. I really appreciate it. You're not showing her. You're not showing. You're just saying these things. And she's trying to be like, I need you to let me know that you're interested in me. He's like, cool. Okay. Well, tomorrow's another day. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, I immediately go into action when the person that you're with is telling you, I need more from you. You let her know you're going to give her more tomorrow. That don't make no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. So then they get up and he goes to kiss her, and it's a peck. He pulls her face close to him. He goes, mwah, mwah. Like, he kissed her like a grandma was like kissing one of their kids before they ran out to go play in the woods or something. Don't you get here too late. Mwah. All right, Granny, I'll make sure I'll be back on time. What the hell was that? It was so platonic. It was so platonic. And Alondra was just like, oh, was that our first kiss? Oh, I hate this for her. I hate this for her. Her and Shelly are too fine to be played with. Love Island producers, get them tall, dark-skinned, tatted, built bombshells to the villa immediately. Immediately. We cannot have Shelly and Alondria be played like this. This is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. I hate this for the both of them. They're too hot. They're too hot to live like this. And the thing about it is, this is not their reality. This is not their reality. And Shelly and Alondria's world, the men and women don't play about them. They get their flowers in the real world. In this villa, I can't get into it. So anyway, after Ace tries to after Ace tries to, and you know what? I'm just thinking about that. I think Amaya saw Ace talking to Shelly. We didn't see it. Maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe she saw him talking to Shelly as well. But anyway, Ace tries to talk to Amaya again. And after he's pursued Shelly and he feels like there's a door open, he runs to Amaya and he's just like, yeah, I think that me and you should be friends. And Amaya was just like, friends? Well, what? This is not Friendship Island. What are you talking about? There are no friendships on here. Like, we supposed to be, you know what, Ace? Okay, fine. All right, Ace. It's okay. And she gets up and she takes off, and Ace is just sitting there with egg on his face. Good. I don't know what's happening, but let me tell you something, Black women. There's a shift in the atmosphere. My God, today, there is a shift. Hallelujah. In the atmosphere. The world, the heavens, hallelujah. The ancestors ain't playing about you. Because as soon as this man played in Shelly's face, the entire game was taken away from him. Like, he has not had a good time on this villa since he made that decision to keep Amaya. Shelly didn't have to do a damn thing. Good. I need this girl to make this hit Ace's entire time here. As long as Amaya's here, I need her to make it hell for him. I need her to, spicy Latina, I need her to activate. I need her to activate. I need that heifer that we saw on TikTok in our little TikTok video. I need her to show up a bit more. Take this boy down. Leave Shelly out of it. See, that's where I think she's going to mess up. That's where I think she's going to mess up. Speaking of messed up, after this episode, we saw the trailer for Love Island After the Villa. It was supposed to be womp womp. Womp womp. Oh my God, it's terrible. Oh, guys, I didn't like it. It looked so forced, fake. It looked like they were acting. It was so overproduced. I was disappointed. They don't need to be overproduced. That cast is just fun and chaotic on their own. Just like put them all in like a townhouse together with some liquor and no TV and let the cameras roll. Why are we trying to? I feel like now everybody's being very conscious of how they look on camera. And it's just, I didn't like it. I didn't. And didn't everybody seem so much older? What happened? I'm like, why is everybody 37? What's going on? I don't, it's a no for me. I didn't like it. I was watching it. I was just like, is there more? Maybe they'll give us more. From what I saw, it was not interesting. And see, this is what happens, Bravo, when you steal ideas from me and don't make me the producer of the show. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. This was terrible. I wouldn't have produced it like this, but you know what? Do what y'all need to do. Well, I'll still watch it, but I wasn't interested. It did not look good to me, but maybe we will get more. But it just felt very fake, very forced. The whole thing with Liv, get the cameras away from me. And Kendall's like, give us a second, guys. Give us a. Kenny and Janae trying to break up on camera. Kayla trying to cry. I don't know. I just felt like it just seemed very overproduced to me. But that's all of my thoughts and opinions on this episode and the new season of Love Island After the Villa. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. First, I'm going to address my super chat. Obviously, me, thank you for the super chat. Obviously, me said Austin crashing out before Jeremiah and Huda. Not on my bingo card either. Not on my bingo card. Also, 272 people in the chat. Please give your girl 272 likes. Thank you so much for being here. Obviously, me, thank you for another super chat. Obviously, me said it's interesting that whenever Bella uses Ebonics, it cringes everybody out, but never when Nick does it. Maybe it's because Nick keeps his natural voice and he's from Jackson, Florida, so he can just be normal. Here's the thing. There's a big difference between a Kardashian and a Tina Marie, right? There's a big difference between a Paul Wall and a Justin Timberlake. The difference is authentic Black relationships and community. For me, I don't get that Nicholas is trying to put anything on. I think that Nick just has a certain comfortability because of his community. It doesn't give me disrespectful. It doesn't give me minstrel. It just gives me that, like, oh, the majority of your friends are probably Black. Like, right? Like, you most certainly went to your Black friend's church on Easter Sunday. Like, you know what I mean? You know that white friend that went to church with you because, you know, the parents weren't religious, but they lived in, you know, the neighborhood. There's always one. There's always one, like, white guy or one white family in the hood that just has been there, you know, since the Irish came to America. And it's not like they're putting anything on. It's just like that's just who they are, right? All of their kids are Black. It's just who they are. They just grew up there and it is what it is. There's not an exploitation. It's just their reality. That's what Nick gives. Bella absolutely gives that she acted a certain way to try to keep the attention of her Black boyfriend. And she was allowed to speak and do those things because of the liberties that he gave her. But that's what it is. It's just community. It's just community. It's what's authentic and what is put on. What is the real deal and what is a minstrel show? That's all it is. And that's exactly what I get from Nick. Hey, Brittany, thank you so much for the super chat. Brittany said, Amaya reminds me of Pinky Doll, the girl from TIK TOK. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Is she Pinky Doll? OMG, she really does, Brittany. That's a great observation. MW, thank you for the super chat. MW said, Huda is the mom of the villa, mom like Joan Crawford. Yes, thank you for that throwback reference. Well, listen, Amaya ran right to her. But see, I think Amaya ran to her because Amaya doesn't know that Huda didn't like her. So Amaya, like, the reunion is going to be very interesting because Amaya is not aware that Huda doesn't like her. I Heart Lex, thank you so much for the super chat. I Heart Lex said, I think Austin's feelings are valid. I can't. Yeah, he's right. I was agreeing with him. Like, he's right. When he said you had an opportunity to pick her and you didn't, so why are you here? I hate to agree with the clan. I hate to agree with the clan, but the clan was spitting. The clan was spitting. I was just like, you know what, Austin? I agree. I can't believe I'm here. Oh, I can't believe I am here. Thank you all so much for the super chats and the likes. It really does help your girl grow. And I appreciate you. Thank you all for being here. You are the love of my life. You are the love of my life. Sasha, what's up, Sasha? Sasha said, I don't think a lot of the men on the show actually like any of the ladies or ladies in general. I honestly think nobody's type has arrived to the villa. I think the only reason why Amaya arrived to the villa is because Amaya is nobody. I'm not going to say nobody's type. Jeremiah's type has arrived to the villa, but I think Amaya arrived as early as she arrived because of how serious Huda and Jeremiah were getting. I think the show was going to leave her and let her come in later, or probably bring her to Casa Amor. The reason why she came in this early is because Jeremiah and Huda Huda's trying to close off with Jeremiah, and so they're trying to break that up, or trying to see if Jeremiah will break. But I think they're holding a lot of their types for Casa, or just later in the season. But right now, I don't think we're getting anybody's type, the type that when they are in their castings, or not after the casting, but when they are like on the show and the producers are asking them what they're interested in, what would their ideal person be like, they're going to send those people in later. They are absolutely going to see those people in later after they all lock into relationships that they think are solid. The producer says, "Oh, this relationship is solid. Send in Nick's type and let's see." You know? So I think it's very normal for everybody to be here. What's abnormal is how the men are just like not pursuing of the women. They think it's the Bachelor. They think they're the Bachelor. And it's just like, no, this is every man for himself. Hey, Zaya. Zaya said, anyone who likes Austin must not be FBA. Only Tethers will like the clan. Fool. Ugh. Zaya, you're lucky I'm in a good mood. You're lucky I'm in a good mood. You FBA nut jobs, I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you're here. The Star family is global. We have this is hands across America. This is hands across. This is not the channel for you. Please go somewhere. Go somewhere and go talk about how you're actually a Native American. Go somewhere. This ain't the page for you. We're smart over here. This is a damn reality TV show. Let us just have some fun. And are you using a C for the clan as like a super Negro kind of way? Like what's happening? Or are you just you thought this is how the clan is spelled? Why the hell are you watching Love Island? You so black. Why are you watching Love Island? What's going on there? What's going on there, Zaya? This ain't the page for you, baby. This is not the page for you. Find a Black Israelite channel. That seems more fitting for you. This isn't the page for you. Are you the kind of guy that believes that a woman having a period is the work of the white man? Are you one of those? Loser. Goodbye, you're blocked. Goodbye, you are blocked. Oh my God. Your poor mother. Your poor mother. I wonder what it's like as a woman, right? To look at your child and realize, damn, I should have swallowed you. That must suck. That must suck. Bye, Zaya. How did he find me? How did he find me? OMG. Just Jonda said, Ace is under the impression that he is more fine and tall than he is. Clock it. It's those clear girls on TikTok that has his head all big because all of his little dance videos. Exactly. Exactly. No, I'm working, child. I'm working. I talk about, let me shameless plug. If you want to see everything that I'm doing here, please go follow my channel, NikkiStar at Home. That's my vlog channel, and I'll be vlogging my entire weekend. But yeah, I'm working. If I was not, I would be at the BET Awards right now. Such is life. Zora S said, did you guys peep how Nick got a little mad when Sierra corrected him on that phrase? I would want nothing more. Sierra comes as very articulate. Did Nick think that he would be smarter than her there? Patriarchy. That's probably exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Oh my God. Like the girl has so many opportunities to be great. So many opportunities to be great, but she doesn't take it. Why haven't you restocked this bonnet? Well, you know how many hair stores I have stocked in LA, Atlanta, and Philly? I need more. I need more. I absolutely want more men for Sierra. All the guys are too comfortable. All of the men are too comfortable. Too comfortable. It's weird. It's weird, but it shows that this generation of men enjoy each other more than they enjoy women. I'm not saying that the boys are gay. A lot of them are. We got to be honest about this here. Gay people are not the minority. Gay people are not the straights are the minority. Anyway, but I think that this generation of men just really love each other. And I think they love men and like to have sex with women. It's given ancient Greek warrior vibes. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Even if you're a Black Israelite. OMG, how did he find me? Solace says also, Ace is way more involved in Huda and Jeremiah's relationship than any of his own. Absolutely. He's like obsessed in breaking that relationship up. He needs to be obsessed about partnering up with someone because he's on his way out. Hey, Julia. Julia said there was something so Twilight Zone about Nick, Taylor, and Ace sitting around talking about how Amaya was doing too much. Very Twilight Zone. All she wanted to do was be booed up with the guy that did this great speech about how she's so great and he wants to couple up with her. That's all. That's all she's the victim of doing. It's sad. I heard Lex said, I hate the fact that he is going up, but he is. Are you talking about Austin? I hate that I agreed with him this entire episode. And last, Jenna said, it goes both ways. Women have to be tricked by this fake Disney princess society and men with the red pill stuff. Both are created by the less dominant society trying to tear us apart. I agree. Evil Razby is blowing me. That's his name from now on. Evil Razby. Spency said, Nikki, what do you think of the preview of Beyond the Veil? Oh, I talked about it. And honestly, I don't think that Kenny and Janae have any problems. I think that they are just acting. And the acting is poor. Blue Jay said, I know red pill hate women, but if you get the woman of your dreams, why do you think you will have a good relationship if you hate her for being born a woman? It's weird. I just can't believe that the losers, like we're in the upside down, right? We're in a season where losers are like the losers are the popular people. The losers have influence. That's not how society is supposed to be. That's why we're right like this. Obviously, me said Nick knows how to keep his mouth shut whenever Sierra is verbally mollywhopping him. Smart man. Smart man. Horrid. Horrid. Hey, Camille. Camille said, did y'all peep Huda lying to the girls, telling them that Jeremiah wants to live with her after yes, I forgot to talk about that. Girl, you were the one who said that. Absolutely. I think she's doing that because she wants the girls to think that the relationship is in a much better place than what it really is. And all women have done this at some point. All women have just been delusional about their relationship and not really telling your girls the truth. But I think that Huda is not really telling them the truth because she doesn't want anybody to go after I just saw this comment to go after Jeremiah. He's fighting for her hard. This is crazy. This is crazy. Emelina said, I truly don't understand why Ace would go after Amaya if he really wanted Shelly. He makes no sense. I agree. Hey, Cameron, thank you for being here, baby. Karen said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star family, happy Pride. I didn't know you were live. I didn't get a notification. I'm so sorry. I don't know. YouTube just needs to do better. Here's the thing. As I am going to try to stay as consistent as I can be with Love Island. So every day, check for a Love Island. Every day that the episode is on, I'm going to try to be here after the episode or the next afternoon. Josie said, every time I think Huda won't top her crazy, she outdoes herself. Her talking about a wedding after a week is beyond insane. And honestly, if she was just playing the character, I would be like, great. I think this woman is dead serious. Yikes. Hit the like button. Pepe said, Ace is one of those guys that will play in your face if you let them. Then when you move on, they act all fake and hurt. He absolutely is giving first baby daddy. He absolutely is giving that. He absolutely, if he doesn't get himself together, he absolutely is going to be that old man at every event with his either ex-wife or the mother of his child. Every event when they're taking pictures with the kids at the kids' graduation, being like, man, we was a family once. Every time trying to go down memory lane with her, and she's like done with him after all his mess. He better get it right. Austin was rightfully crashing out. Rightfully, yeah, you're right, Jenna. You're right. It shouldn't surprise any of us. You're absolutely right. Let me. I'm trying because there's a lot of comments here, so I'm trying to get as many as I can. She is, and I love that. I will say I also did see her tweets about black men. And I can't post it here, but it wasn't like it was uncomfortable. But it was basically she posted there was a meme that said your parents' face when you bring home a black person. And it was like and she was basically saying, yes, my parents have said a lot of stuff to me about dating when I bring black guys home. And she was like laughing at it and just admitting that a lot of Hispanic parents are racist, especially towards darker skinned human beings. And I'm not saying it didn't offend me, right? Here's why. Amaya lives in a space where the black men that she goes after, black men with low racial self esteem, they allow that mess. So that's like her community. Like she's used to dating black men with low self esteem, right? Who will put her on a pedestal because she's different. She's a spicy Latina, right? I don't even think that she would claim Afro Latina, but that's the thing. Probably where she's from, she wouldn't be considered black, but in America, she is. So that just all goes up. That just all has to deal with identity politics and absolutely who she chooses to date and the community she chooses to keep. So in her world, in her space, that's absolutely okay. That wouldn't fly with me, right? In my community, but I don't have Amayas in my community, and I don't have men that date Amayas in my community. So it's just like, yeah, that's how they are. That's what they think. That's why black people are resting. Y'all shouldn't have let us know what y'all thought about us. And here we are. Here we are. Nello said, I understand Amaya's frustration with Ace, but all these tears over someone you just met when you were making out with Austin the day before. Yeah, she's moving weird as well. She obviously is giving Huda 2.0. And I feel like whoever she locks in with cannot turn their head because unlike Huda, Amaya is going to react immediately. Immediately. She crashes out in an instant. She don't play. She does not play. Jenna said Ace got too much clout in the producer plant. He's not leaving anytime soon. He's the Rob. They'll keep him to the least casa like they did Live last season. I absolutely agree. Neville said if he wasn't a racist Trumper, I would be all for Shelly and Austin. I wouldn't. Austin is just awkward. Austin is just awkward. Shelly needs a big dog. Shelly and Alondria, they need big dogs. Their men are not in the villa yet. Their men are not in the villa. Sarah said, Amaya gave what I wanted Sierra to give with Nick. Here's the thing. I think she's clocking the game as well. I think Sierra likes Nick, but now that she knows where his head is at, I think she's also waiting for her type to walk into the villa. Betty said, I'm still calling him. Listen, I'll thank him for saving Shelly, but I can't forget he's a Trumpy and he was kikiing with Nick over his kiss with Amaya. He definitely was going to pick Amaya until Ace did. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I also think that the reason why he saved Shelly is because I think he's still holding space for something to happen with Shelly. But guys, I think they're all very aware of who's hot in this villa. And I think all of the men know that Shelly's that girl. Shelly and Alondria, but I think they are all very aware of how popular she is. You know what, Kaylee, you did. You absolutely did. That's exactly where she got her from. And she probably, trying to let him know that she's down with the brown. Started talking a certain way. Because I'm just like, Bella, you ain't never, ever said that your vagina was a coochie before. Even coochie coming out of her mouth sounded weird. But now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Nello said, I thought her and Taylor would have been cute after that challenge, but that moment Alondria would have been vulnerable. You know what? Maybe she should have went for Taylor. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know what Taylor wants. Because I can't believe that his ex is his ex. Very weird. I'm like, what did you talk about with him, girl? How were y'all together? Very, very weird. Rachel said, someone said they knew there was a knitter at the scene. They're always at the scene of the crime. They're always at the scene of the crime. Um, Julia said, I don't know how many more times I can say this. Sierra just feels like his therapist. Yeah, I agree. Jimmy said, somebody get Nick a pimple patch. Taylor has all of them. Taylor has all of them. Let me tell you something. The boys don't play about their beauty routine. They do not play. Listen, Zora, it's even worse if it's religious. If that eggplant is religious, yikes. Yikes. Yep. Yep. Oh, I know he messed that mind all the way up. Yeah, I think they are. I think out of all of the men, Nick is the only one who I think can hold a really good conversation. The rest of them, Nick, I think Nick with Sierra is very great. Nick regresses a lot when he gets around the men. Sarah said they will 100% send someone in to tempt Nick, and I think he's going to go for it every time. Oh, Nick's head is going to be like this. Going to be like this until he clocks in to the game. He's going to be like that for a minute. I see Nick settling down with like some random bombshell just to be in the top three. Hey, Dominique. Dominique said, next episode, I need Amaya. Don't even worry about unpacking the rest of your stuff. It's time for your departure in the villa. Because who are you yelling? Are you yelling at? Because it cannot be Shelly. It's so weird, but she gives me that. I think that Amaya and Huda are very similar. Very similar. Amaya absolutely gives me that she goes after the girl and not the guy. Like she is blaming Shelly for Ace's actions. Typical. Typical. Obviously, me said somebody on Reddit said that Bella needs a black football player with a Christian Bible verse in his bio. Yeah, and she had one. She had one, and she's going back to it. She's going back to it. Smithy said, I couldn't believe that childish date they got sent on, but the producers were being messy, letting Jeremiah know this is your future. They're being messy. They're just like Ace. They want that relationship to implode as well because it's going to be great TV. Jimmy said the voiceover saying Jeremiah is preparing for his stepdad duties. A mess. She is. She's way too reactionary, but the thing about it is with Jeremiah, he's playing into it. And the thing about it, he would have more grace if we didn't see that he was fully aware of everything that Huda is saying and not being on the same page as her. But you're still going along with it. We can't trust you. Shamar Les. Betty said Shamar Les mask keeps slipping. I need them shocked to be in the bottle couple vote. Huda dumped like Andrea last season, so we can see if Jeremiah will cry like Rob did or stay or follow her home. He will when she leaves, he's not going. He's not going. He's not going. Blue Jay said, what is Huda's type? Why did she latch on so quickly? Is she afraid of falling for the same man that hurt her in the past? Did she get with him to curb her actual feelings? I think Huda's type is a Jeremiah. I think she gets a lot of black men and men of color. I think those are the men that she dates. I don't see nobody white in her past or future. Because I think she's gonna go where she's celebrated. She's gonna go where that white boy gonna put her through hell and gonna make her work for his approval. That you ethnic? Oh, you gonna work for that white man's approval. Ciao. Jasmine said, I was hoping that Jeremiah and Huda would be in the bottom, but the way these couples Child, who knows? Like, when are we getting another elimination? When are we getting the bombshells? Like, how long are we sticking with these same people? Because I can only take one more episode of no bombshells and no eliminations. Like, we got to get the ball rolling. We gotta get the ball rolling. Silas says maybe he said I wanted to give you a chance to explore because his real mission is to sabotage Jeremiah. That actually makes sense. Him keeping Amaya to sabotage Jeremiah because I think Ace is more obsessed about breaking up Jeremiah and Huda or taking Jeremiah out of the game than he is about pursuing Shelly. That makes a lot of sense, Silas. That makes a lot of sense. Jimmy speaks that the baby daddy is messy, exposing her all over social media. Here's the thing. All this lets me know is how popular this show is because all of these people's exes are coming out, making videos, doing all kinds of content, saying things about them because they know this show is going to give them traction. All of the exes of this cast are trying to get on the show because that's how. What the hell was going on with the electricity in here? Because that's how popular this show is. Taylor's ex is trying her best to be a casa, be not because she wants to see Taylor, but because Love Island is at this point a life-changing show. It's a life-changing show. Everybody's going to try to get on it. Love Island, USA is going. They're in their Beyonce era. Everybody's trying to be like them. Everybody's going to try to copy them. Everybody's going to try to get on that show. That's how popular it is. They might blow their momentum with Love Island after the villa because it looks horrible, but we will see. But he's trying to get clout and he's trying to get on the show. Whatever will work for him because that's how popular Love Island is. Hey, Cindy. Cindy said Jeremiah is coming across as wanting to be in a couple to win the money, not to get the relationship. And Ace can go. He's a bit of a hater. I absolutely agree, Cindy. Absolutely agree. She's not playing with him. She's not playing with him. Give that speech, save me, and act like you want to be in a relationship and then tell me you want me to explore and you're going to do the same. It don't make sense. It's giving player vibes. And she's right. Me, Ace, and Amaya agree. Yeah, I think she was embarrassed too. And she feels played with. Why wouldn't she? Brown Girl 44 said, it seems like he picked Amaya and then got worried about how it looks to Shelly. I don't think he was thinking about Shelly at all. I now agreeing with some of the Star family members that I think he kept her to continue to tempt Jeremiah, but now he's seeing that him keeping her made her believe that he wanted something with her, and he actually didn't. Oh, he's 22. Me too. She was giving Amaya great advice, and I'm like, why don't you apply that? Why don't you apply that? She's a girl's as long as that girl is not competition, child. Obviously, me said Shelly needs to reassure Austin and tell her what she said to Ace, which was a conversation that made Austin crash out. If Shelly doesn't do that, she's fitting to lose Austin to Amaya. I'm okay with that. As long as there's another bombshell. I will say this. I think Shelly's always going to get picked, no matter what. She's that girl. I think the cast knows she's that girl because production is obviously letting them know that she's that girl. I think that Shelly will be fine, but I'm just ready for her and Alondria to be loved on. Imani said Ace did not like that Amaya clocked him. He absolutely thought he did her a favor. Yep. And that was apparently by how he kept saying she should be grateful in his confessional. Absolutely. Like, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're not delusional. Everybody's making them the mom and dad of the villa. They are making them the mom and dad of the villa. Zora S said Ace isn't a good manipulator. You could tell that the guys are beginning to take him less seriously. Even Austin is turning up on him. Yep. He doesn't know. He's all over the place. He overplayed his hand. Imani said, I agree when Huda Imani said, I agree when Huda is in mom mode. She's different. LOL. The girls do seem to confide in her. And it's crazy because Huda was insecure and shady about Amaya. I think mom role is the only one she's confident in. Again, guys, I honestly think it's because she became a mom at 19. And that is like those your early 20s, your last teen years and your early 20s, very formidable years for you. There's so much happening, so much changing. Then you get to the point where your frontal lobe develops. That's a huge change. Then you get to the end of your 20s, going into your 30s. That's another great change for you. It's so many great changes in her life. And I think she is stunted because she became a mom very, very early on. I even see it in my mom. My mom was a teen mom. And so now she is doing things that she put off to do or just never even thought about doing because she has been a mom for the majority of her life. Now it's like, oh, my kids are fine. What do I want to do? What did I always want to do? She turning up at the BET Awards. Everybody texting me about your mom is going off at the awards. She probably going to be all over that show tomorrow. Oh, you're probably seeing her right now. Like, she probably, if she was a mom later in life, she probably wouldn't want to go to the BET Awards. But now she's at the BET Awards having a good time because that's something she probably would have done in her 20s had she not been a mom. I think this was happening with Huda. Kaylee said, not just any woman, but a woman that's her type will get us along the way with Shelly. Absolutely. I think we're going to get a season where everybody's just going to be chasing her. And she's just going to have to pick up the litter. Nella said, I love when Shelly told him she's not trying to be the perfect girl for him. He had the nerve to look shocked. Yes, I think she's pulled back from him, and I'm glad. I'm glad. Imani said, Ace continuously saying he wasted a pick on her. LOL, nasty word. Please explain to the class why you didn't pick Shelly. Fool. I hated that. And you know why I hated this so much and why I cringed so much? Because I remember doing stuff like that. Like, thinking that because a guy is nice to you and like really showing you that he's interested, you not being attracted to him, you not wanting to be with him, but feeling bad because he's being so nice. So you're like trying to force yourself to like him because he's a nice guy. We've all been there, ladies. Yes, Teresa. Do you like him or are you bored, Shelly? I think not. I think not only is she bored, I think she wants to be desired. She wants a guy to like go after her and really, really want her. Her and Alondra are looking for the same thing. Jenna says, Ace thinks he's a light-skinned Duke Dennis. One of these girls to chase him. Only girls online going for that are these teeny boppers, little girls and aunties that want that young thing. Absolutely agree. I feel like his social media went to his head. You got 1 million followers on TikTok. You're just Ace in the villa, baby. You're just Ace. You got to put in some work. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sierra. I love her. Just enough. Yes, just enough. Not too much to look messy, but just enough to stir the pot. I love her. Yeah. Like, it's not like a relationship that the show is even going to follow because the only time they do cover them is when they're in a group setting. I honestly feel like that's going to happen at some point. And I think it's going to come out of nowhere. I think it's going to happen at some point. It's going to happen at some point. Brittany said, I thought Sierra would have more spice to her. She folded so quickly. Me too. And I think that happened when she saw Nick teetering between her and Bella. She thought she was safe, and then she felt insecure. And now she's like in this weird space. And I'm like, no, I want confident Sierra back. Listen, I said it could just be gameplay. It could just be gameplay because, again, these are bombshells. You got to look at how they're moving. Now I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with you there. We keep on talking about it. We keep on talking about it. That needs to come, but I don't know. We need two of them, please. We need two of them. His ex is black, a black cowgirl. And she was sweet on him. She mad she let that man go. She want that thing back. I saw her. I was like, but you know what? Taylor gives me black women though. Like I think Taylor will take whatever comes his way, but I feel like Taylor, the majority of the women he has dated has been black. That's what it gives me. But I think he's dated black women within his community. I think he's a top dog in that cowboy world. And I think them where them fams, like, you know, them trail rides. I think he's killing it at one of those. It's just on a global scale, he's not eating. He's not eating because I saw a video of him in his environment. I get it, but he's out of his environment. He's out of his element in the villa, and he just can't. He seems very awkward. Him and Austin, very awkward outside of their environment, but I think in their environment, they're top dogs. But outside of it, big fish and little fish in a big pond. Josie said Taylor was interested in Huda and Sierra, but they don't see it for him. But I mean, how would they know he's interested? Taylor don't do nothing. How would they know that Taylor is interested in him? He don't do nothing. He's weird. He's weird. Imani said Ace ate with that advice to Taylor shockingly. I don't know what Taylor is doing. He's annoying me. Same. Him and Ace. Him and Ace. Oh, they absolutely deserve better. They absolutely deserve better. Jennifer said, I only understand for Shelly's sake that Austin may be mad about Ace talking to Shelly, but Austin also hasn't told Shelly about his kiss with Amaya. So take several seats. Lord, are the FBAs in the chat? You won't get me defending the Klan. However, Austin and Shelly made it very clear that not only are they open and exploring, Shelly is not as interested in Austin as he is into her. So I don't mind him giving Amaya a little peck, but it's very clear that this is a friendship thing. Shelly is trying to force it. I don't want that for her. I don't. She too fine to be forcing that she likes somebody. They didn't have a combo, but I remember when they weren't talking specifically about Huda, but Ace was telling him to go out there and explore, and Taylor's like, with who? Ain't nobody open. And he was like, well, Huda, and Taylor was like, she not open. You know, so it was just like, Taylor was like, there's no options for me to do anything, so I need to stay where I'm at. I agree, Jenna. Jenna said, I would be mad at Ace if he was talking that boundary stuff from jump. But now all of a sudden, he is on this wave. Boundaries, and he's a slow burner. Since when? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Me too. They need it. They need it. Sarah said Jeremiah wanted Huda to say, I see us winning the show. He cringes every time she gets serious. Absolutely. He wants her to clock in. He wants her to clock in with the game, but she's clocking in on love. I see us moving in together. How the hell are you a freaking mother of a 4-year-old child and you met some man on the damn game show and you said in your future you see them moving in together? Y'all moving in together. Absolutely not. Without meeting your child? Huda, chillax. Chillax. He was terrified. Oh, why can't I click on that? There it is. He looked terrified. Every time she speaks of the future, Jeremiah, let's just see. Let's see what happens. Ah, he's scared. He's scared. We have not even talked about your child like that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, he's going home for sure. He's going home for sure. And Alondra, you better not feel bad. You better not feel bad. Oh, obviously, me said the official Love Island Twitter posted a video of Sierra confronting Nick about the Soul Ties kiss with a caption saying "Soul Lies." The show is so messy. I live. Zora said, I don't understand why Jeremiah doesn't move on now. We're only a couple of days in. He wants to win. He wants to win. I want the tweets. I want the movie theater episode. And I want Casa today. I need it all. I need it all. Honestly, I can see Ace and Jeremiah working with Tyler Perry. I can see it. I can absolutely see it. She gets him so hot. And I'm like, what? I'm watching a combo. I'm like, why are you so mad? Well, it doesn't make sense that he is so turned off by her immediately. I honestly think it's because, like you guys said, he just kept her here for Jeremiah. He is not interested in Amaya. And Amaya thought he was interested in her. And of course she thought he was interested in her because of that speech. And he picked her for coupling when Shelly was an option. He playing these games that he can't control. And he's about to be X'd off the island. Hey, Miss Brown Sugar, thank you for being here. Oh, he was. Because he's now trying to make her not like him anymore. Because when Ace realized that Amaya actually liked him, he was just like, oh no, I can't have that. I can't have black skin square-headed university. My God, today. Jennifer S. said on the date, Jeremiah also spoke about long distance, then living in the same city, meaning living apart and seeing how things go from there. I cannot. He has no interest in being with this woman after the show. I'm telling you, if they make it to the end, he's dumping her at the airport. Watch, if they leave the villa together, watch their social media. Who does crash out? Iconic. It's going to be iconic. She's funny. She's gonna get on my nerves next episode, but she's funny. She is very, very, very funny. She is, Teresa. Teresa said she is very compliant. Ace really had to work to pick a fight. He was trying so hard to get under her skin. Yep, that's the thing. Rain said, Amaya won me over this episode, but next episode, my suspicions might be confirmed. Yep. He was trying to fight with her, and she just was not having it. She was still trying to work on the relationship. If he would have never told her, let's just be friends, she would have still been trying to make something work with him. Yes. Yep. That's his whole thing, that Shelly's going to be waiting around for him, and now Amaya has complicated things. Good. Katie said, nah, it's actually that it's right twice a day. Oh, a broken clock is right twice a day. And Austin likes Amaya more than any of the girls too. I think so too. But does Amaya like Austin? We will see. Thanks for the clarity, Katie. Zora said, not the enemy knows her worth, but a fellow black person doesn't. Yikes, the bar's in hell. It sure is. None of us. We came in the show ready to get him off the villa. Now we're like, oh God, he has to stay as long as Shelly doesn't have an option. We're like, keep that trumper on the show until Shelly gets an option. This is crazy. That's why this show is so good. This is crazy. We need some bombshells that can bombshell. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. At this point, probably the black woman tatted on his stomach is Shelly. At this point, at this point, she kept it cute, she kept it real, and she let him know where she's at. So if Ace don't pursue her, it's lights. It's lights. Yeah, but that's all the men on the show. That's all the men. They want to be pursued, and it's so weird. They're like, "Oh, we're the prize." Y'all got this effed up, and those bombshells are watching the show. Them bombshells are watching the show, and I am ready. Bring them in. Bring it. That's the thing. She's still open to him. He does have a shot if he gets it together. I don't think he will, though. I don't think he will at all. At all. You notice he never asked her about her child. He ain't trying to meet that baby. He ain't trying to meet that baby. Jenna said, bring in Ovi Cinco types for Shelly and Alondria, please. And producers, do your due diligence. Be sure they act like they actually like melanated black women. That's what I'm saying. I don't want no D1 athletes that went to an all-white school. Now, HBCU boys. That's what I want. Silky is uber fetch. I know that's right. Said it was actually such a sad kiss, the entire thing, and the fact that Ola was happy. Yeah. They need to be desired. They need to be desired. Yasmin said Taylor's ex doesn't look anything like Amaya. She gives mixed. Oh, she definitely gives light-skinned black girl. But I'm telling you, that's that cow. Their cow. I'm not saying that light-skinned black girls are the cowboy. I'm saying that they all date with any, within their community. And I honestly think Taylor is a big dog in that community. That's why he wore that cowboy hat. Because when he, shows up to cowgirl and cowboy events with that cowboy hat, they're like, oh my God, look at Taylor. Mm-hmm. And then he shows up to Fiji with a cowboy hat and everybody's just like, oh my God, is it Halloween? It doesn't work over here. It doesn't work over here. Kaylee said, Ola and Shelly are just trying to get along right now, and I hate that. Yeah, they're holding space too. They're holding space because they're waiting for their type as well. Yasmin, hey. So that means Taylor's ex doesn't look like anything like Alondra. Oh, I know what you meant. Yeah, but that's the thing. Just because that's his ex doesn't mean that that's like all he goes for. I think Taylor dates black women. I really, really do. He don't give me bunny hopper. However, I also don't know the cowboy cowgirl world. But I will say those spaces are very black. They are very, very black, guys. That trailer was terrible. That trailer was terrible. Bad, overproduced, spray. I'm like, what is this? This is what we waited for? Okay. None of it was interesting. And Melina said, I just hope that the clip of Amaya and Shelly arguing was edited to look worse than what it actually was. I just started to like Amaya. I don't think so. I think it was worse. I agree. That's what I thought it was going. That was my idea. Y'all didn't listen. Y'all got them in LA? Of all places? Doesn't make sense. Yes. Kaylee said they should have done a group trip and let it be that. We don't need artificial beef and drama. I absolutely agree. It's very poor. It was giving, Disney Channel. It was terrible. I was like, that's all y'all could come up with? Absolutely terrible. That great cast and that's all y'all could give us? Terrible. Just John said, Beyond the Villa was giving setup scenes and scripted like Next Gen or Vanderpump Rules. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, send them, put them all on an island somewhere, put them on vacation somewhere, or give them a task. It always is great when they have to work together. Give them some kind of task, or just save them for Love Island games, because this ain't working. After the villa looks bad, just looks, and they were all so mature. I said, what happened? What happened? Why y'all acting like parents? This is weird. This is weird. Emelina said, yeah, and Janae was upset about how the show made it seem like Kenny didn't want to live with her. Exactly. And Kaylee says also, y'all mad a couple isn't living together when none of the couples, from my knowledge, live together. So what exactly? It's they're trying to make something, but it's not working. JL said, Nikki, the live at your hotel room brings me back to the lockdown days. Yes. OMG. Oh my God. You've been here for a minute, JL. Yup. That was fun. That was a good time. Oh, lockdown. Thank you for being here, JL. Yeah, they don't have any drama. They're all in a good place. So you have to make it, not manufacture it. You can make the drama by having them do something. Like you have to give them a task that they all have to work together to do. That's it. You're just filming them in LA. It doesn't make sense because all of these people are now trying to work in the entertainment industry. So they're going to act a certain way to keep up an image, especially when you are filming them literally at their work. They're trying to be influencers, they're trying to be actors. So, they're going to act a certain way while you're filming them in an environment that is actually work for them. It's weird. They should have put them on an island, gave them a task, maybe make them, you know, be the staff at like a new resort that Netflix is opening or something, or the Peacock is opening or something. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Serena's in a trailer, but now is she, Serena's trying to act like she wants all this attention from Cordell, but Cordell is so busy. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. It's bad. It looks. I'ma still watch. Hope I'm wrong because I love that cast. I hope I'm wrong. The sit down with Kendall and Nicole that nobody wanted. Oh wait, I didn't see Rob. Where's Rob? Did y'all see him in the trailer? I didn't see it. Oh, him and Tina Marie. I'm sorry. I rate every white person next to Paul Wall and Tina Marie. If it's not giving Paul Wall and Tina Marie, keep it pushing. Keep it, and even then, I'm still going to keep my eye on you. But they're the standard. They're the standard. And he ate down, didn't he? He ate down. Oh my goodness. Zora said, I really hate the Nick ownership. I can't unsee how it got weird when Sierra corrected him on that phrase. Gives he wants to shine more than the ladies he's with. Well, listen, it's pretty early. We will see. Now, I know exactly what that meant. Them weirdos popped up out of nowhere. Please sit down. Please sit down. Nobody got time for them. Get a job and leave us alone. What was that? I'm like, did you mean to do that? OMG. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They came out of nowhere. And it seems like a good idea, but they don't, the stuff that they believe in, it's actually, it's just them black Israelites, them hoteps. They just gave themselves another name because, everybody that clocked in to that they're all weirdos and we don't want to be bothered with them. So now they gave themselves another name. Same demon, different name. Same demon, different names. Thank you, Sandy. Oh, they're so weird. They're so weird. I'm like, why are you here? And why are you watching Love Island? Mm-hmm. Get out of here. Me too. It's so much fun in here. Well, we don't have to be neat. We don't have to be mean. Miss Brown Sugar said, well, even on The Bachelorette and several Love Island seasons, the dudes were just lazy. True. Cordell was really the only OG actually pursuing Serena. All the guys before Miguel and Kenny were flops. Yeah, it happens all the time. All the time. Um, oh yeah, 5'10" isn't short at all. 5'10" isn't short at all. Just Jonda said, I hope they don't hold good matches too long. Me too. I want to see our girls coupled up. Also, the concept of Casa as a temptation is lost if our faves are not coupled up going in. We want to see the aftermath. You're right. You are right. No, it's very weird. We don't got no more Lover Boys. And you know what's so sad about this season is growing up, especially being a 90s kid, like you saw, like we saw our parents, like, you know, be pursued. We saw like our moms be pursued. Like we saw men pursuing women in TV and film. We saw black men pursuing black women in TV. We saw black men, you know, yearning for the love of a black woman in all the music videos. The boys aren't yearning anymore. The boys aren't outside crying in Tim's saying, I want you back. I need you. They're not trying to make us their world. They're not driving by our house in a white turtleneck sweater, wishing and missing us. I really thought that was going to be my adulthood. The boys don't want us. There's that 90s love we all thought that we were going to get. The millennial men said, joke's on you, it ain't happening. We are not our fathers. We are not our fathers. Yes, they're very homoerotic. Very, very homoerotic. It's like, what's going on here? You want to spend all your time with him and you don't want to see me? I get on your nerves. I really saw it's a lot of Gen Zers making videos like that. Like about you hanging out with your boy and your girl call. That's a bad thing. I can't leave my girl because all she want to do is spend time with me. You don't want to spend time with her too? What's happening? What's happening? It's weird. He is in love with himself. He's in love with himself. It's weird. Their ego, Emelina, ego. Yep. They just like having sex with women. That's it. Not even love it, like it. They can go without it. They can go without it. Oh, Ashley said, I really hope Austin gives that cash out speech in front of everybody like Ace being messy, not cute anymore. He needs to get checked publicly. I'll be honest with you, I'm looking for that too. I'm looking for Austin to finally confront him and be like, you're playing the game. You're playing. Kaylee said, it's kind of concerning how into Ace is breaking them up. Like, sir, this ain't about keeping you on the show. It's weird, but I think he's a producer plant, so I'll let it rock. I don't think he personally is that involved. I think he's doing what he was hired to do. Ice Macchiato said, did I miss when Ace and Amaya told each other they were each other's number ones? That threw me for a loop. They had one combo over what we saw. See, that's the thing. We've only seen one combo. That's what I was saying on I think the second to last episode. I was just like, something is off with the editing. Something is very off because we're missing how deep Ace and Amaya are. Because for them to get here, we missed something. We had to miss something. Che said, Black Israelites are always on live. I think they're on YouTube for more hours than any group. They're recruiting. They're recruiting like crazy. And I think the recruitment is down because I'm from Philly. My God, today, they used to be on every street corner in Philly, dressed up like some angry, aggressive cues. But I don't see them anymore. They used to be everywhere, every bus stop. You will see them. We don't see them anymore. The numbers must be down, child. Sarah said, "Do we think Austin was mad because he really liked Shelly, or more so because he actually wanted to choose Amaya, and Ace took away that chance?" I think it's both. I think it's both. I think Austin is now, Shelly is giving Austin a bit more, so he feels like there's an open door and he wants to pursue that. But he's also pissed off because if Ace is going after Shelly, he knows that Shelly likes Ace more. So he feels like, man, she's warming up to me, and here goes Ace. And then he's double pissed because he's just like, if you wanted her, you should have picked her, and I could have got with Amaya, who has been open with me from the beginning. He has to really work for Shelly. He don't got to work with Amaya. So he has, oh God, he has every right to be upset. Every right. Monique said, Nikki, I'm very interested to see the discourse in a few years as Gen Z and millennials age. Do you think that a lot of us are going to be single and child free in senior facilities? Absolutely. Absolutely. The millennials are not getting married. The millennials are not having kids. And I don't think it's because we don't like each other. I honestly think we do not have the same economy our parents did. Our parents were able to get like houses in their 20s because the houses was like $25. You want to get something nice, especially if you're living in LA, just something nice, something middle class, you're paying 1.2 million. You're paying $1.2 million for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch style home. It's crazy. The economy, it's not financially feasible for Gen Z or millennials to build a family. It was easier to do back in the day. It's not now. And now when the money is not flowing like it used to, you start thinking, do I really like this person enough to probably have a kid with them? No. No. Let me get out of this bed, or let me get an IUD. This the Obviously, me said, insane about Ace being 22 because Austin is 26, and joked that his frontal lobe isn't fully developed. But today's episode showed the opposite. Yeah. Oh God, he did so well this episode. Yikes. Cindy said, "What's the story with Austin? Did I miss something?" Yes, Cindy. I think it's locked now. But Austin's TikTok, um, people are now finding out that you can really find out who a person really is when you go to their TikTok reshares. And he was resharing a lot of like racist, overtly racist videos and deeply misogynistic videos about Black men and Black women and just women in general. It was just like some sick, like, just deep, dark web racist stuff, like comparing Black men to animals. It was just really bad. It was really, really, really bad. And a lot of people were shocked, like, how did he pass this on the background check? But I was just saying, on the background check, they only check what you give them. So if Austin didn't give them his TikTok, they didn't check it. They didn't check it. Hey, Mama Sar, thank you for being here. How was the BET Awards? Let us know. Just John says, side note, I am really old. Marcus Houston looks like a full middle-aged man. Roger now looks like he could be the dad on Sister Sister. Lord have mercy. Absolutely. And he married a child. Fun fact. He did. He had me in the first half. He had me in the first half. Oh my God. Okay, good. I was just trying to see how many comments I have. But let me get some super chats. I have a few. Look at us. Look at y'all blessing your girl. Thank you. 222 people in the chat. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Brittany, thank you for the super chat. Brittany said, Ace thought that picking Amaya would get Shelly upset and push her to chase him. Since that didn't happen, he's taking his anger out on Amaya. I absolutely agree, Brittany. Absolutely agree. Obviously, me said Nick got to tell Ola that he kissed her. Nick got to tell Alondria that he kissed her. Hashtag Nick and Ola. You know what? Obviously, me. Thank you so much for the super chat. This right here This is your ship. You really want Nick and Ola to happen. I think it will, but I don't know. We got to see how these bombshells work out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. MW, thank you for the super chat. MW said, great live. Been here since the Rachel Lindsay Bachelorette finale. Oh my God. You have been riding with me from day one. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being a day one star family member. I appreciate your presence and your loyalty. Oh, guys, we have been rocking with each other for a minute. Look at us now. Look at us now. Let me get a few more, and then I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Remember when I said we weren't going to be here for 2 hours? Ciao. Ciao. Betty said, I can see Huda saying mom and dad first about her and Jeremiah and other islanders keeping the joke going, or it started off as an islander trolling them for being so close off by day 4. I get that. I think it was trolling, and now it's just the role that they have evolved into. Miss Brown Chicken said, I mean, it's the way Ace immediately went cold basically right after the fire pit. That would piss me off too. Can't we talk about this later? Yes, it was weird. It was weird. Zora said, when Amaya said player, did she mean player as in juggle multiple women, or player like playing the Love Island game to win? You know what? I'm not sure, but it did feel like player vibes, meaning he wants to juggle multiple women. Again, I think it's because everybody in the villa knows that Ace and Shelly have something going on. And I think that's why Amaya is going to go after Shelly the next episode, because she's going to be like, you been had something with him. So why not even say anything to me or let me know that it's a lot more intimate than what it is? She's not valid, but I think that's what she meant. Based off of her actions in the next episode, but we'll see. Kaylee said, I think they viewed Jeremiah as a game player, but said if Huda like it, they love it because Ola and Ace are clocking it. Absolutely. And I think Ola is clocking it in a way, Alondra is clocking it in a way of as a friend. Ace is clocking it just to be messy. Just to be messy. Kaylee said, hell, Ace is a little infuriated with Jeremiah because while I do understand he peeps at playing game, you need to play the game and you're failing terribly. Terribly. Ice Mochiato said, to be honest, they could send a couple or more dates too. Less challenges, more dates. I always check out during the challenges. Yeah. I think the challenges are just titillation. It's just titillation. I don't think that there's anything important to the challenges. It's just titillation. Jasmine said, based on the polls in the Love Island app, Huda and Jeremiah are in the top 3. Ace and Amaya are in the bottom. That's producer prodding. With Huda and Jeremiah being in the top 3. Either America is messy, which is an option, or the producers are making sure they keep them because you have to hold this couple for casa. You have to hold this couple for casa. You have to. Kaylee said he killed me when he said pool technician. So pool boy, because you don't owe the company or install my pools either. He's definitely putting 10 on 20 on 10. Rain said, I hope Sierra goes for other people. Nick is having all the fun. She will. She will. She absolutely will. They haven't shown any in the previews that we're going to get any next episode. We have to do something. We have to do something. Oh, they're absolutely keeping Ace around, especially for Jeremiah and Casa. They're absolutely keeping him around. There's no way. I know that Huda and Jeremiah and Ace and Shelly and Alondra are making it to the end. I don't know how far close to the end Ace and Jeremiah and Huda are making it, but I know they're getting a Casa. They're definitely getting to Casa. Obviously, me said, yeah, producers won't let Shelly be eliminated. So as long as Austin keeps being coupled up with her, I also think it's Austin is staying there because of Shelly. They're not going to let her go. They're not going to let her go. He definitely is. I just saw this. He definitely is giving Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Yes. Yes. Me too. I hope we get some. We haven't seen any in the preview. So I'm just like, are we going to go a whole week without bombshells? I don't think we will. But I don't want no more women bombshells. We need some men. We need some men. I love it. That's his name. Shamar Less. Shamar Less. We got that one. Betty said, I wish Nicole's child would calm down his horny ways and stop being so scared to approach Alondra. In the meantime, we need Obi Fine level bombshells of any race, but especially black, to save Ola, Shelly, and Amaya. We absolutely do. We absolutely. You think Nick is a hoe? I think he's not committed. He's not committed, but we calling Nick a hoe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't get where you guys are getting that from. Those who think that Ace is in it for Huda. I do not think that. He does not. I haven't seen anything to make me believe that. And that's why he's keeping her. That's why he kept her. He kept her for Jeremiah. Weird. Again, here we are with these men being more concerned about what goes on with the other men than the women that they're supposed to be pursuing. It's weird. Oh, wait, did Love Island UK just start? We got an American in the UK. Oh, I got to see it. I got to see it. Blue Jay said, I 100% believe Huda's baby at home is probably half black, but I was thinking more of a personality type. No, I think her baby is, I think it's another man of color. I don't think he's Arab, though. I think he might be Hispanic. It took me a minute. You are messy. You are messy. Oh, I gotta watch it. I have got to watch it. Betty said, but Jeremiah said, hell no about Amaya after she walks away from him on the dock. I think he might find her annoying. She talked over him a bit. He wasn't effing his bag by trading annoying girls. I will say this. Amaya don't let nobody get no word in, child. She listens to speak, not to hear. Not to hear. Jasmine said during After Sun, Shelly said that Ace was a game player in terms of the game show aspect of Love Island. Yeah, I still have to watch that. But I think that Shelly has clocked him. I hope she's not leaving a door open, though. Cordelia said, what are your thoughts on the boys dancing in the rain last episode? I thought it was cute. They're boys. They're boys. I let them have fun. Let them have a good time. But they need to clock in and start pursuing the women. They need to. They need to. Kaylee said, Shelly said that Ace is the biggest game player on After the Sun, but Amaya may be saying player as in juggling multiple women. Probably. They do. They get along the most. I think she absolutely date him, but not seriously. I think Amaya's type is Latino men and black men, like black of all diaspora. Josie said, I think it's both. Eighth wanted to play mind games with Shelly by choosing Amaya at the same time keeping Amaya allows her to continue to tempt Jeremiah. It's smart gameplay, but is he playing the game or is he just jealous? It's weird. It's weird. That's what it is, I think, too. She can see that he's playing, whatever he's playing, the game or her, whatever. She's clocking his mess, Sasha, and he don't like it. He don't like that she's calling him out. Miss Brown Sugar said, okay, but wait, did y'all catch when H told Jay that he could talk to anyone he needs to process this? And then said, let me talk to Nick first, and then you, can talk to him. Interesting. Interesting. Miss Rodriguez said, okay, Mama Star, I'm going to have to pay closer attention on one of the 5011 BET Awards on repeat. I went once, yep, in my 20s, and also had the time of my life. Oh, I know they had so much fun. I know they had so much fun. Rain said, I think this is a platform for a laundress type to find her from outside the villa. I'm always confused as to why she's here. I think everybody from now on that's coming on Love Island is coming on because it's a great career opportunity. It's a great career opportunity. You're going to become an instant influencer. It's a great opportunity. Alana said the girlies say they've been a fan of Taylor due to those fraternity strolling videos. I'm telling you, I think he's a big dog in his community, wherever he's at. It's just he's not working here because he's not in his environment. And that's why him and Austin are uncomfortable. They're not in their environment. Miss Brown Sugar said Taylor said that he's owned 4 horses. He's in veterinary school. He would probably be a good catch in real life. In real life, but is falling flat. He's probably a great catch where he's from. Wait, let me make sure I got. Yeah, I got all of my super chats. All right, let me get a couple more comments and then we can get out of here. Mimi Nick said, I don't know about Oklahoma, but the Texas Cowboy spaces are very segregated. Yeah, when I'm talking about Taylor and his space, I'm talking about the black Cowboy spaces, the OG Cowboys. I'm not talking about. I never even thought that they were mixed. I always thought they were segregated. Sarah said, why did Huda say her ex gets the kid on weekends, yet she picks her kid up from her mom's? They might have a tumultuous relationship and they probably can't see each other. And so she has to pick her kid up. He drops her kid off at her mom's and she picks her kid up from there. Cindy said, I never met a mom who doesn't constantly talk about her small child. It's weird the way she says she was free on weekends. She really thinks she's going home with Jeremiah. I don't see it. Here's the thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Cindy. I think she doesn't talk about her kid a lot and tries to make Jeremiah think that she has a village that helps her with her kids so they won't be around them as much. So he won't have to instantly become daddy. I think she's not being truthful and honest about her life because she doesn't want him to see her life as a challenge. She keeps on trying to convince him how easy her life is as a single mom and not being honest with him about what it actually takes to raise her child. I think she is purposefully doing that to make him think it's a lot easier than it is, so he will want to stay in a relationship with her. Then it's not going to work. Maybe he wanted more money, but it's not going to work without Rob. It's not going to work without Rob. Sarah said, I'm shocked all the PPG couples are still together. That's impressive. Well, they're $1 million couples. I would stay together too, as long as it works for me financially. And if I really like the guy, you know what I mean? But it doesn't make any sense right now for any of them to break up without them. Like they have to, in order for them to let this relationship go, they all have had to set themselves up in a way where they don't need that coupling as the reason why they're still relevant. So if all of them don't do something, that coupling is going to be their only relevance. So they all need to make it work. I feel like Cordell is making it work. He's working. I don't know what the mothers are doing. Teresa said, I was in Puerto Rico last week and the black is. They're in Puerto Rico? Oh, they've gone. I was about to say they've gone international. Ciao. But now, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Blue Jay said men are allowed to be human. They respect and learn from each other. They are taught that women are objects. So it makes sense that they just tolerate women. Not only objects, prey. Prey to be court conquered and put on a mantle. And that's it. Never taught that we're actually fully realized human beings and deserve respect and honor just as much as they do. Respect, love, and honor. Kim Ball said, I don't get dudes like Austin are MAGA, but they pursue liberal free women. Makes no sense because they don't want the conservative women. The conservative women are fun. They're easy. They're not a challenge. They're not hot, no shade, right? And they make themselves unattractive because they think that that is going to attract those men, but it doesn't. Like, why would they do anything to try to pursue you or honor you when you're already there? He doesn't have to be a better person because you don't require it. But the one that challenges him, the one that is not easy for him to catch, the one that will not let him walk over them, that is interesting to him because he sees a challenge. The conservative girls don't challenge him. They're just there. Whether they want them or not. Yeah, Aptini said, right, Nikki, how many of our parents had the money to start a family and still hated each other. Working middle-class jobs. Working middle-class regular jobs, and they were able to buy a home, 2 cars, and take their family on a trip to Disney every year. It was a different time. It was a different time. Soraya says, if Jaleesa was kicked out, then Austin would have been too. I don't believe the extra sensitive people on Twitter until I see for myself. I think I think Austin would have been kicked out because Jaleesa would have picked one of the black guys. She wasn't going to pick him. Cindy said, like my husband says, if a man wants you, he's going to pursue you. You never have to guess. He makes it known. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jennifer said, I just want real men to go, and mainly for the girls, especially for Shelly and Ola mostly. That won't waste their time because this show isn't paying me enough to getting this pissed off. But they're doing their job. Hey, So Steph, thank you for being here. Betty said, Nikki, don't get too excited about the American female bombshell on Love Island UK. She's not serving at all. I have got to watch this show. Oh, Lord, I think I'm supposed to go to bed when I get off of here, but I feel like I want to watch it. I feel like I'm going to watch it. Kaylee said, send some fine bombshells, and I don't want the 3 black girls fighting over them either. No. Yeah, I need multiple. I need multiple tall black, dark black, blue black, tatted brothers to walk up in there. Give me one with some locks, maybe some free forms. Maybe give me one with a little bit of some free forms. Then send me one with a low cut Caesar with a deep wave. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what we got here. We need something fine and chocolate with a do-rag on walking around that villa. Let's do that. She don't want the money. She wants a stepdad for her daughter. That's it. You need him. You need him. It's not going to work without him. It's not going to work. Miss Brown Sugar said, I mean, a fair number of Love Island couples last for years and then break up for a number of reasons. They're usually 3 months or long-term partners. Yeah, because that relationship is why we know them. And that is, that gives them the money. But a lot of them are not smart enough to make something as an individual outside of this relationship, why the momentum is on them. Miss Rodriguez said, also, a lot of the men buying to the taming of the shrew mentality that they need to break a woman down. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun for a lot of them. A lot of those conservative men. That's fun. They love taming and caging a wild liberal woman. only to cheat on her with the next wild liberal woman. Once they get her, they're not interested anymore. Blue Jay said Plantation Princess was a woman of Cuban descent. Austin is a white man. The rules are different for him. Very, very factual. I remember that. I hated that week, that those 2 weeks they were fighting over him. I hated it. I hated it because those were my girls, and they were going in over him. We're going to end with Betty. Betty said we need at least one Xavier legit lookalike to come through for the girls, especially who is Xavier? Oh, yes, we need him. We need him. Oh, where them friends at? Yes, we need him. They gotta send us a Xavier. Oh, they gotta send us a Xavier. That's what we need. Oh my God, Taylor would be shaking in them big boots. We need a Xavier. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, Miss Marsha, they were fighting because they didn't have enough options. They are come on, producers. Come on, don't fail us. Give it to us. We need it. We need to see Alondria and Shelly be loved on. We need to see them be chased and pursued. We need to see it. Yes. Thank you all for joining me. You guys have a great night, and I will see you, if not tomorrow, for the next episode of tomorrow night for the next episode of Love Island. I will definitely be here in the afternoon the following day to cover the latest episode. Thank you all so much for joining me. I've been having so much fun reviewing this show. You guys have been great, and I will see you tomorrow or the next day for something else. Love you all. Good night. Oh, we need a Xavier. We need a Xavier. Come on.